146?
126.
26. 92 times 2.
184.
60 times 10.
600.
Total. 2,
910.
8,
Yeah, 910.
9, 10. Next. The y. The y's.
A is 21.5.
The first one is going to be 5 plus 15. Is it 20? Plus half of the 3. Correct? 21.5. Everybody? Next one is
11.5.
B is 23, 11.5. The last one is 2.5. Correct? Everybody? Let's do here AIYI. Let's see what we got in here. 18, 21.5. Give me a number, please. 92 times 11.5 and 60 times 2.5. First one,
387.
387. Second one,
1058.
1058 and 150. Total,
1595.
1595. What is X bar?
910 over 170.
Sum AI XI over sum of AIs, which equal
5.35.
AI 910 over 170.
Yeah, 5.35.
5 point.
35.
The Y bar, sum of AI YI over A, 170.
9.38.
1595.
Yes.
This is not 15.95, it's 1595. And which is equal what?
9.38.
9.38. In this case, let's draw the axis here. Remove this force. So, X bar is 535. This is 4. 535 is somewhere in here. Correct? This is distance here. I will call it X bar. 535. Good, good, good. Let's look at Y. Y is 938. It's somewhere in here. Y bar 938. This is the center of gravity. The question wants me to measure now all these moments of inertia from these two axes. Okay? Which means I need to use the parallel axis theory. So let's start with IX. When we deal with IX, let's call it prime. I think your book call it IX prime. Look at the tables, what the book says. IX prime,
Thanks, Brian.
correct?
Center.
That means this is measured at its own center of gravity. For each element at its own center of gravity. So when I deal with this here and give you Ix prime, give you a number in here, that means this is measured from this point. I did this, here's center of gravity, Ix prime or Iy prime means this is measured at the center of gravity of this element, okay? So Ix prime start with A. A is 10 times the 3 cube over 12.
$22.5.
10 times the 3 cube over 12 is
22.5.
22.5.
You're saying 90 divided by 12 is 22.5?
10 times 3
Oh, it's 3
cubed.
cubes,
10.
250.
Wait,
10.
isn't,
So we separate this element A. Here is element A, guys.
Yeah, 25.
Here is element A. Element A is 6. Sorry, not 10.
yeah,
It's 6.
Uh-huh.
Element A is 6 times 3. The center of gravity is right in here, center of gravity. 3 and the 3. Correct? 1.5, 1.5. Now we are talking about at its own center of gravity is going to be 6 times 3 cube over 12.
13.5.
13.5. Okay? Let's look at the second one. Number, element B. Element B, the base is 4, and the height is 23 cube over 12.
Really big number.
The last one, the base is 12,
4,000.
5
Yeah.
cube over 12. 125. Any numbers?
I got 40, 56 for the, for B.
40, 56,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and the last one is 125.
Uh-huh.
Add them together. 4,181.94.5, correct?
4,194.
Yeah, 4,194.5.
Okay. Good. Next. Distance on Y. Distance on Y. I'm looking at X. So when I measure, here is X. When I measure distance on Y, correct? Because here is the axis that I'm dealing with. Okay? So now, if I draw an X in here, in the center of this one, this is parallel with this one. Agree? So this is X, axis that goes through the center of gravity of element A. Then I need this distance here. How to find it?
21.5.
21.5 minus 938. Correct? Give me a number.
12.12.
12.12.
12.
For next one, the center of gravity of the second one was at 11.5. 11.5 to 938. Agree?
I didn't hear you.
11.5. The center here The center here is at 11.5, correct?
I got 2.12.
23 divided by 2, correct? So I'm measuring from here to here, from here to here.
Yeah, 2.12.
How much?
2.12.
2.12. The last one. The center of gravity is right in here, correct? At 2.5. 2.5 out of 938,
6.8.
688.
Do we need it to be negative?
Negative. Good point. Do we care about negative and positive? Do we?
Yeah.
In this situation, we don't, because we are going to use d squared.
Huh?
The theory says, Ix equal Ix prime plus ad squared. Okay? That is the rule. So first I measure it at its own center of gravity, then the ad squared. So the d that we are talking about, I'm going to square it. So it doesn't matter to you if it is negative or positive. Okay? Here, a new one, a d squared. I'm talking about dy. The area is 18, 12.12 squared. The area, second area is 92. 2 times 12 squared. The area, last one, is 60. Negative 688 squared. Give me these numbers for these three.
We got 164.9. And
12 times 12 is 140 something. 164? This is
26, 24.
26,
44.
44. 2000, not 100. 12 times 12 is 144. 150 times 180 is 2000 something.
Hey, I'm doing addition instead of multiplication, that's all.
Here, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 9 is 300 something. Give me a number.
413.5.
How much?
413.15. Mm.
413.
I see it is large. 413.5, correct?
Mhm.
Negative 688 squared is going to give you a positive number. So there's no problems worrying about the negative or positive. Give me a number, please.
2,840.
2,840.
40.
Add them
Yep.
please together. The sum here.
$58.97 or $58.98.
5898. Let's go now to the I, Y prime. We need to calculate now each moment of inertia on Y direction at its own center of gravity. So I'm grabbing at this element. On Y direction is going to be what? 3 times 6 cube over 12.
56. 54.
54. Next one. 23 times 4 cube over 12. 100,
22.
22.7. The last one is 5 times 12 cube over 12.
$720.
Total. 74,896.7, correct?
Yes.
96.7.
Okay.
Gonna be a big table.
Let's move to couple more. D on y direction, on x direction. D on x direction. First one, the center of gravity is located 3 here, correct? And 4 here is 7. Minus 535. 165, correct? Everybody agrees 165? Next one. The center of gravity is here measured by 2, correct? 2 to 535 is a 335. Next one. The center of gravity is 6 plus 4 is 10, correct? 10, 535 is 465, correct? 465. A D on y square is going to be the area is 18, 165 square.
Is that DX?
DX, that should be DX squared.
dx, these on x, not dx, these on x direction. Not dx, there's. Okay, next one is 92, the area, 335 square. The last area is 60 or 65 square. Give me numbers, please.
I got 49 for the first one.
49,
Yep. I got 1032 for the second one.
how much?
1032. And 1297.
Add them together, please. 2,200.
2378. 2370.
2378. Here is the main idea for IX. For IX. In this case, IX total is sum of IX prime plus sum of AB squared. Agree? Generally. Sum of IX prime is 4194.5. Correct? A D on y square is going to be 5898. Is it, look there in the table, please. Correct? In this case, IX equal. One thousand?
10,000.
10,000, 2 zeros.
Yes, you got it. You're right. You're fine.
Inches to the fourth.
inches to the fourth. Let's look at IY. The moment of inertia on Y direction, we said it's going to be IY prime, which it is as its own center of gravity, plus AD squared, which means IY, sum of IY primes and sum of AD squares, which means IY prime is 896.7. ADX squared 2378. And the total is
3274.
how much?
3274.
374
2.7. Yeah.
inch to the power of 4. The last thing is Rx radial of gyration on x direction is square root of Ix. What we calculated Ix here. 10,092.5 over the total area of the structure, 170. Ry is the square root of the Iy, 3274. Give me numbers, please.
Got 7.7.
And here, inches. This is in inch to the power of 4. This is inch square, correct? So you have inches square under square root is inch. It's a radius, so it's going to be measured by unit length. What do you think of this?
Not bad.
Okay. In the final, you're not going to get this part here. I will draw axis until you go find the moment of inertia according to this axis, just to save you time. I used to put it together. Because in this case, I put one question to cover 2 chapters and give it more points on that question. And the student complained about it, that it's time consuming. So I'm separating them. I told the student, find moment of inertia here, and find the centroids in here. 2 questions, this question is 4 points. They are happy. When I put it together, it's not time consuming. So this is, we need to either take a break and come back to do another question using the table, because this is using just any shape. But now, in real life, you don't. You have a plate sometimes. You have whatever, but you, in real life, we have these angles and C channels and S channels. Do you want a break? Or do you want to do a problem and go?
Go.
Okay. I will start in here. Now, the problems in here that we do here
Is this stuff actually?
So the chapter
The one that's on each one don't get that.
class, the chapter 8 stuff that's on the homework for the final, do you still want that on the final?
I don't want you to do the homework for this chapter and they bring them on Monday for the final. That's what I said at the beginning, but you are obligated to learn these questions because you might get a problem from this, in the final from this.
Well, you have 3 problems from chapter 8 due on the final, do you still want those 3?
Chapter 9, he just had it written.
Yeah, but,
Chapter 9.
No, he doesn't want that homework.
Chapter of friction?
yes,
Yes,
they're wedges.
yes. Chapter of friction, yes.
That's the one.
No, what are you talking about?
There's 3 problems
In the last homework assignment, that are wedges.
on chapter 8, which is wedges.
No. This is homework number 10?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no homework number 10.
Okay.
But you are obligated to know what is there. You know how to solve them. You might get a problem from them in your final. That's all.
Okay.
So,
Might and will.
I am trying to complicate the situation. Okay. This equation, this structure is 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. Okay? Because we need to do it, cover everything. One of you to go select a C channel, another person to select L channel, and another person to select S channel, whether metric or whether whoever starts will follow him or her.
And one white flange, real white, right?
What's that?
A white flange,
Where it is.
white flange.
Why?
Is that a W or I, or
That's
is that a
good.
W or
We're
an
doing
I?
that.
W.
PW for white flange. W 16 by 57.
This one is W 16 by 57. Next one. Next one, find the C. Somebody else to select a C.
310 by 15.3.
C 10 by
15.3.
15.3. Somebody to find L. The L channel could be the same length on both sides, and most of the L channels in the world, they are not the same. They have one side bigger than the other.
2L5 by 3 by 1/2.
L 5 by 3 by 1/2.
It should put them symmetric.
Okay. 5 by 3 by 1/2.
We need dimensions on this.
One of you select where to put the axis.
Me?
Yes.
Facing you.
You forgot you gave me chocolate last week. Come on.
Okay, so Y would be right there.
Uh-huh. Y here,
Why is that chose?
X here, 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 here.
Top of the C
No, we don't need it at the bottom. Let her check. Come on.
Well, put it at the top of the C chart.
very top.
Let's work with negatives.
It's the same thing.
I just want to see him reach the top of the board.
Come on.
Between that I and, yeah, right there.
X. Usually we ask you to find center of gravity for such a shape and then measure from it. We don't need to do that, so here. We need a table.
No, we need dimensions on
Yeah, the plate, what's the plate?
A, B, C, and D. We know the axis element A, B, C, and D